All right, welcome in to this Friday. We made it to the end of the week, everybody. Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Big Joe. Thanks for joining us this morning to get you ready for what should be a fun weekend, Halloween weekend. And I'm the Flash. I often get confused with the Flash of how fast I am. So when you turn on TV today, it's like, is that Joe or the Flash? Same thing, right? So Halloween big weekend. I'm wearing Flash because I left my Superman costume at home. So I'm off to a fantastic start on this Friday, October the 29th, 2021. Look, we got a packed show for you this morning. Let's run down a little bit what we're going to have on. At 7:10, Lance Smith. He's the Titans game day host at Nissan Stadium, and he does a fantastic job of promoting everything that goes on during the day, the game day. So if you see Lance, you know exactly what I'm talking about. 7:20, we're going to have on the owners of the Glammy's party bus, and they've got it's a weird thing here because they are not lumped in. They're lumped in indirectly with the transportainment, but they're not them. And they want to talk about how the other parts of the industry are still trying to survive despite what's going on with everything. So we'll talk to them at 7:20. That's Glammy's, the party bus. We'll have with them on. 7:30, Tanya Sturm from Dreams and Wishes of Tennessee. I share their stuff all the time. She does some incredible work helping out those that are just battling and fighting for their lives with cancer. 7:40, Zach Womble is going to join us. Big weekend or big night of high school football. And at 7:50, a very special guest, David Corlew, the longtime road manager for Charlie Daniels, will join us. Let's talk about keeping Charlie's memory alive and the great work they do for veterans and everything there. So fun show coming ahead for you. All right, intern, how are you this morning, buddy?
I'm doing well this morning, Joe. How are you doing?
Again, 2 days in a row where you did not even, that's not even coming from the heart, man.
All right,
Again, intern, how are we today?
Oh my God, we're great.
Yes.
We're fantastic. I hope everyone else is doing just as good as I am. How are you, Joe?
I'm good. Did you confuse me with the Flash? Because I thought you did.
I did. I was like, who was that just came in here so fast?
And then next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock and boom, we have it right there. All right, intern, you got a big weekend planned?
Yes, I do have a very big weekend planned of relaxing and eating candy.
That's are you going to any parties?
I haven't been invited to any yet. So if anybody wants to invite me to a party, I'll go.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen, but that's
okay, that was a little sad, wasn't it? There.
We got you with that then. All right, let's get to the headlines this morning. Brought to you Main Street, Nashville. All you simply do is go there and subscribe, and all these headlines delivered to your inbox every day. And you got the e-news app; it's perfect. So the paper today coming out for you, and then look to show that it's current. Friday, October 29th, 2021. All kind of great local stories that are happening in here. Really cool things. There's one here that I was going to pull up that I really like what we do in Main Street. This is the construction for the weekend, staying streetwise. And it's got everything you need to know. Look, Davidson County, Giles County, Montgomery County, Rutherford County. That's all coming to you on Main Street, Nashville today. And this is Davidson County. The right lane closure of I-40 eastbound and I-65 for repairs from 8 p.m. Friday to 6 a.m. Saturday. Great work that these guys and gals do getting our roads. So again, slow down, be careful when you do that. We don't want any accidents. We've talked about that with TDOT on the show so many times. Right next to it, big weekend, TSU homecoming. Covering this homecoming, I worked in TV. I mean, it's fantastic. The cookouts, the people, the parties. If you've ever been to a TSU homecoming game, I mean, you go for the band more than anything else. And then the football game is the benefit, the added benefit for that. So there's some things going there that play Saturday at 5 o'clock. TSU takes on Murray State. And Eddie George, he's off to a fantastic start with this football team. They've won 3 in a row. And I think he's the only a couple of new football coaches in the FCS that have won 3 in a row this year on 3-game winning streak. Eddie George is one of those. I mean, you knew that guy would be successful no matter what he does. For our friends in Mount Juliet, a nice article here. Xavier Smith, 218-lot Curd Road subdivision. Now, that's the same road that Mount Juliet High School's on. So if you've been over there during the day, it's a little congested. But hopefully they will figure things out and get the traffic in and out of there, especially during the school times, because it could be my daughter was at Mount Juliet High School. She got out of school at 3 o'clock. I'd get there at 9 in the morning to make sure I was in the line to pick her up when she got out of school. So anyway, that's it. And let's go move on down to the sports. Big weekend coming your way for high school football tonight. Let me get this off of here. Vanderbilt plays Missouri on Saturday. I'm not sure many people care about that. Here it is. Big night for high school football. DCA takes on Nashville Christian, huge game. Green Hill and Mount Juliet, huge game. And I love this. What's happening? Five area soccer teams. We love high school athletics at Main Street Media. And here we go. BGA, Central Magnet, and Murfreesboro, Harpeth Hall, Merrill Hyde, and Page also have a chance to earn girls soccer championships this weekend. So that is fantastic for them. And good luck, ladies, today as you go forward and try to win that title. Now, another cool story that's happening today, not happening today, but it's in the paper, and I'm going to share this real quick there, intern. Intern, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing great.
Good.
Feel good today.
Let me pop this screen up here.
Did you genuinely care, or was this just a segue till you pull up the screen?
Oh, I don't care, but it's just a segue to pull up the screen. I want to get this story up here real quick for you, and I do care for you. Big weekend plan for you. Oh no, I got the screen. I'll finally figure this out one day. And it's a story that's kind of timely with what's happened. You know what? I'm just gonna delete that. There we go. All right, intern. Don't leave me. I've got to get this story out. It's vital important to me. Now I'm on a mission just to share it. The story.
I'm with you, man.
Okay. You see that?
There it is.
Nashville filmmakers say weapons safety always is a paramount concern. I mean, that's such a relative and timely story. What's happening, what went on with Alec Baldwin and everything. So click on that article too. That's also on mainstreet-nashville.com. You can see that. You scroll down here also this weekend, Opry to celebrate the 5,000th broadcast this weekend. So amazing. Intern, you ever been to a show at the Opry?
Yes, actually a couple of them. Yeah.
Who'd you see? Give me who did you see over there? Who was one of the guests?
I have seen Dierks Bentley there. We saw Brad Paisley there, and little Jimmy Dickens was there every time I was there. And he was always a good time.
All right, you passed the test then. Thank you so much for that. You get it well done. So a lot of things are happening this weekend. So go out and have yourself a good time. All right, still to come on the show with the Flash today. We got a lot of good things that are happening. Up next on Mornings on Main Street, we'll talk to Lance Smith. You know him, you love him, from the game day host for the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium. He has what I think is one of the toughest jobs, because you have to perform live in front of 70,000 people who are watching everything you do and say. So we'll talk to Lance, but all that goes on there when we come back right here. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
I was going through a really hard time in my life. I was missing 12 teeth. I would cover my mouth. Mentally, it was so draining to have to constantly worry about who's gonna see it, because your first impression in somebody is their smile.
Delta Dental of Tennessee and the Smile 180 Foundation, transforming lives and communities one smile at a time.
My smile gives me my voice. My smile gives me my passion. My smile gives me my drive. My smile gives me everything.
I love writing and journalism just on its own, and I think I learned that during the pandemic because I was covering all kinds of non-sports related things and still having fun with it, still finding out a lot of great stories. But when you can combine something I'm already interested in, have a lot of knowledge about in sports, I feel like I'm really able to combine two of my passions at the same time, and that's really rewarding for me.
Just a few drinks. I'm good.
I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Let's get right to our next guest. He just simply does a fantastic job. He's been around for quite a while, and we love him. Let's welcome in Lance Smith, host of Game Day for the Tennessee Titans. Lance, how are you, buddy?
Big Joe, the Big Joe.
Right.
How are you?
Good. It's the Flash today.
The Flash, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm liking it. It looked good. You look good. I this.
I look like the Flash if he lost his job and then got a part-time job at Krispy Kreme. So we'll just go with that today. Hey, again, thank you so much. I responded to you, and within like 30 seconds, you responded back to me and good to go and everything. I appreciate you doing this. Now, you've got a crazy schedule. Where are you right now?
I'm in Orlando, Florida. Yeah,
so how does this work?
So, all right, I'm a Nashville guy. I grew up in Franklin. Tennessee's always going to be in my heart. It's my home. But I moved away from Nashville when I left CMT in 2010. I moved to Los Angeles for a couple of years, and that's what you do in the entertainment business. In fact, I moved from Nashville to LA when I was 20 to get in the business, and my big break happened back in Nashville. But so I moved around, and then I moved to Florida for a job. Did that run for a while and was going to go back to Nashville. And I met somebody who's my now wife, and we have kids here. And so we have roots here. But 7 seasons ago, a friend of mine that worked at the Titans called me up and said, actually, Brian Seeliger, you know him.
Yes.
Said, I need a guy. I need a hype man. And that's ultimately how I started my career. It's funny. I was actually done on camera. I didn't want to do any more on camera jobs. And I was getting behind the scenes, which is where my real passion is. But I love the Titans. I love Tennessee. And so they gave me an opportunity, and I fly in basically during the football season. I fly in twice a week on average and fly back the next day. And, I come in for special events and things like that, but just lots of flying, brother. Lots of flying.
When was the first year you were at Nissan Stadium doing the game day stuff? Do you remember?
This is my 7th season. So 2015, it was Mariota's first season.
Man, God bless you, because that was an awful football team, and you're at the stadium 8 games of the regular season trying to hype the crowd. That's not easy.
Yeah, 3-13. We went from 2-14 the year before, so I like to think my addition gave them that extra win. 3-13, and then a bunch of 9-7s, and then last year. So no, it wasn't easy, especially at first. The hardest thing, as you know, talking to an audience is you want to win them over. But there's a fine line there, and you're going 3-13. They're not in for a bunch of a bunch of funny, a bunch of So you just gotta stomach it and get through it. But if you love the team like I do,
right,
you just do it and you get into it, and it's an awesome job. But yeah, as you said, 70,000 people, it can be daunting at times, but it's fun, man. I'm one of them. I'm a diehard.
Yeah. So the Monday night game against the Bills, I mean, there's a lot of big wins that have happened throughout the years at Nissan Stadium. But I got to tell you, Lance, that's like a top 3 all-time game at Nissan with the hype, Monday Night Football, the way the game ended. And then that's when your job is really, really fun, because you get players on the field after the game. Everybody's excited. That was a special night.
It was a special night. And it's funny. I'm actually – I like to think of myself as good at my job most times, but I'm bad at my job when we're doing well, because I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm into it. And then it's like, Lance, you're on. And I'm going, and I have no voice. But yeah, that's the dream situation. I talked to Jeffrey Simmons after the Chiefs game. Ola Daney, I think I talked to after the Bills game. No, it was Kevin Byard, who was, he just takes the mic and runs with it. It was awesome. It's great. When you're in that moment, you just let the moment ride. It's like you've got no job to do. You just feel the moment, because we were feeling it. And you're right. It was one of the top 3, I think, all-time wins there, that I've ever seen and ever known. I was at the Miracle 20 years ago with my dad just as a fan. And so just living these moments now while wearing the brand and being a part of the organization, it's a pinch me kind of situation. Sure.
And then you do the TV show. Look how handsome you are, Lance. Titans Blitz. Look at that.
Oh, it's a different look from what I used to have, man. It's all I got now.
That show's fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. That's in its 6th season, and it's different this year. We for 5 seasons I hosted with Eddie George, and when you're with Eddie George, all you do is just welcome everybody to the show and say, Eddie, let's talk football, and it's easy. And we don't, we have a revolving door now, but it's great. We've had Chris Johnson on, Martin Mariani was on last week, had Dexter McCluster back in for Chiefs week.
Yeah.
It's a blast. It's kind of a break too from the X's and O's a little bit. The coaches show, All Access. It's really grinding down on the nuance of Titans football, and we kind of back it up a little bit and really just focus on the flavor of the moment. And yeah, fans love it. I love it. It's great.
And that's when you fly in early in the week to tape that, correct?
Well, we do it live. So I fly in Wednesday.
Oh.
We do it live Thursday or Wednesday night, and then I'm out Thursday, and then back again if we have a game on the weekend, back on Saturday. So in and out, man.
It is. All right. So we got to talk about. So I remember when you did CMT, their Total Request Live show. You were the host, right?
Man, you're going way back on that one. Yeah, that was the first thing. I was 22. There at the Hall of Fame. MTV just bought CMT, so there was a lot of grumblings in local Nashville and the entertainment business. Who's this NSYNC wannabe looking kid taking over our airwaves? And I was a local guy, and it was like I just had to get through it. But yeah, Hall of Fame. Wow, it's going back.
It's funny because you're a handsome man. I don't see you for a few years, and you come back and you look like me, but you got that sweet beard, and then you're doing things. So you are why people are successful. You just adapt to what's going on, and then boom, there you are.
Thanks, man. Yeah, my whole thing is you have to know what the audience is looking at, know what they want, and don't pander. At least pander as little as you can.
Right.
It's like because the audience can see through everything. So be yourself, be true to yourself, and then roll with it. Go with the flow. You cannot control things. You are merely the as the mouthpiece for the moment. And so that it's you got to be fluid in this business. And again, like I said, I tried to step away from the on-camera gig, but jobs like this pop up, and it's who I am. I'm a Titans fan.
Right.
Let's roll.
Got a great job there. What do you do? So when the Titans go on the road like this Sunday to play the Colts, you're at home. I mean, are you by yourself? Do you have people over? Or how do you approach your own game day when they're on the road?
So if I'm in Orlando, typically, because I travel so much in the fall, I just like to watch the game with my family. I've got 3 daughters, so I'm teaching them. My wife is really into the games now.
Yes.
So it's a family affair, but occasionally, I'll find a local bar and meet up with some Orlando Titans fans. They're here. Chris Johnson lives down here. The Freak is not too far away. Not that I go hang out with those guys, but
dropping names.
Yeah. Well, I see them on flights when I'm flying out of town. I'm like, hey man, and they're just like, I'll take some peanuts. I'm like, okay, I'll see you when we get there. Yeah, no, I try to be a fan at home on the couch. I'm looking forward to this game. Honestly, we've had 2 home games, so I get to be home with my kids screaming at the TV. It's fantastic.
I love it. And so next week, people don't realize Titans are on Sunday Night Football out in LA. You lived in LA for a while, so it's like all your worlds are coming together.
They are, man. I've got friends that are still out there. I lived out there for 4 years in total, off and on a couple times. I have friends out there, and they all know what I do, so they're hitting me up. Hey, Titans are, come to my house or meet me at this bar. Can you get me tickets? That's actually the biggest question, which I get in Nashville. Like, I don't even have seats. But my friends call me up and they expect me to come out there. I'm like, sorry, I'm watching this from the couch. Go to the game, root for us. It's gonna be awesome though. We're on a really, really good run right now. So I love watching it as a fan. Really do.
Fantastic. Lance, thank you. I know you're a busy man. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Again, I just think you do a fantastic job on game day because it's not easy, but you make it look really easy. So thank you, buddy.
Joe, man, I appreciate it. I'm fanboying here. I've always been a big fan of yours. I'm really happy you're doing this. You're like me, man. You're a Nashville guy. You're a man of the people, and I've always loved watching you. And I'm so glad that you went this route because I feel like we're gonna get more Joe the way we need to see it. And this is awesome. So please keep this up, man.
We'll do. And with that, you just became my agent. I appreciate you. So thanks.
Cheers.
Lance, thank you, brother. All right, Lance Smith, Titans game, just such a fantastic job doing that. All right, we'll take a break, come back. We got a real cool story for you about the transportainment industry, the very good part of the industry, and why you need to know about this. That's next right here on Mornings on Main Street.
Dental coverage may be a small investment, but it has big benefits because dental coverage and preventive oral care leads to more than a healthier smile. It leads to a healthier life overall. Delta Dental makes it easy to get the care you need. With the nation's largest network, you're more likely to find or keep a dentist you love. And with comprehensive coverage and additional discounts, you'll have benefits you love too. Make a lasting investment in your oral and overall health with coverage from Delta Dental. Visit deltadentaltn.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Ryan. I'm the co-owner of Zaxby's along with Lee Oliver. This is a place that mamas and daddies can be really comfortable to send their kids to for a first job. It's a place that you can have fun, feel really good about the place that you work, get paid well, have a good time. If you want to apply, you can go to applynow.com and Zaxby's will be on there. We love it when we get some great folks here at Zaxby's.
Every year, it costs Tennessee more than $15 million to clean up roadside litter. It's time to keep your trash to yourself and our roadways clear, because nobody trashes Tennessee.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. You know, one of the big topics has been the last few months has been the regulation and what's going on with the transportainment industry, mainly those pedal taverns in downtown Nashville, which drive me insane. But there's a part of the business that's good. It's being hurt by what's going on. And this is kind of an interesting topic today. So let's bring in the owners of Glammy's Party Bus, Jay Sanders and Elizabeth Carter, joining us this morning. Guys, good morning. Thank you for getting up.
Morning, Joe.
Fantastic. We look wonderful. All right, Jace, we talked yesterday about all this, and there's a good part and the bad part of the industry. You're on the very good part, but you're being hurt by the bad part. How are things been the last month or so?
Well, for us, it's been business as usual. We're not your normal party bus. We're an event bus. So for us, you know, they haven't implemented anything yet. December 1st, you know, they have the alcohol ban for open air vehicles. Of course, you can see we're enclosed. We haven't cut anything away. We just made it fabulous. So we haven't really experienced anything yet, but we know that it impacts tourism to Middle Tennessee, and so we're hoping for the best, that this transportation industry survives and continues to be a blessing to the people that come, the people that live here. The majority of our clients actually live here. Yeah. You know, we do 8-year-old birthday parties, 93-year-old women's birthday parties. So we're spending a lot of time doing the family things, family reunions, big corporate events. Another huge thing for us is red carpet shuttles for weddings and for corporate events from Opryland to downtown, back and forth. So, you know, when you think party bus, people tend to think about a beer wagon, right, you know, that's cut away.
Right.
The woo-woo girls. And
we do those too.
We do them. I mean, you know, you have to. It's our business, you know, but the majority of our business, like 60% of our business, doesn't even involve alcohol, you know, but for our high-end wedding shuttles, they like to drink on the way, you know. So we wanted a safe environment. We wanted a safe bus that people could be proud of. We built a luxury liner. I don't know if you can see here, but
yes,
we're like a super limo, and we did that on purpose. You know, we wanted to be able to celebrate no matter what the age, no matter what the gender.
We wanted to be different.
That's right. And that's really what we shot for. You know, we want to be everything to everyone when they need us. But we haven't really been affected too much by what, you know, the fear. I haven't felt that yet, but we're hoping we all make that, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. And Elizabeth, we got the website pulled up right now. And that's the thing back in the day with the party buses, was the fact that we would hop on and it would take us different places around town, what's going on. But I'm looking here, wine tasting, distillery tours, wedding and engagement parties. I mean, there's more than just hopping on a pedal tavern and getting drunk and riding through downtown Nashville. You guys this is how it started out, how I remember it, and how I would like it to stay forever with what your party bus is.
You and I talked yesterday about what it was like when Fads was the only game in town. And, that was Fathers Against Drunk Drivers, I believe.
That's where it started.
And, a safe way to let people drink and have a good time, just like they are in the bars downtown. But, to where they can do it safe, they're not on the road. They Uber to us, they ride, they Uber home. We believe that's a public safety issue. And you're in a very large vehicle. It's a 40-foot bus, 90 passenger that we reduced down to 45, actually about 32 because of COVID. So we're safe, and we're trying to provide that community service. So we're rain or shine. I know a lot of people worry that they get on a party bus, it's going to rain. You don't have that problem with us.
Right.
We're temperature controlled. So we're just thankful to be a part of the community, and we try to give back. Here we are.
When all that came down a few weeks ago with the alcohol ban, everything that's going like that, did you take a step back and all right, what's happening? How did you kind of filter all this into your head? Because there was a lot that was going on with this.
We're still trying to filter it.
How did you filter it?
Well, I mean, I pray about it all the time, but we sat back and said, really, although we're different than that, like he said, a lot of our parties don't even include alcohol. If they're younger children, that we have video games back there, and so we're trying to focus more on not drinking and hitting that area of people that just want to have a good time, and not you can have a good time without drinking. I mean, I'm proof of that.
You're right.
I see my truck in the background there outside of the bus. We're in the CBD business as well.
All kinds of stuff.
Elizabeth's been the queen of CBD for quite some time. So I just wanted to point that out.
That's the next segment we'll do. We'll get to that later on there. But I mean, I just like the fact that you've really been proactive on this. You've get the word out. You contacted me like, look, you need to know there's very good parts of this industry that are out there. And there's others that you've mentioned, and you guys are doing it as well, and do so much more with the distillery tours and the wedding tours and the shuttle tours. And if I'm going out, I'm hiring you guys with my company because I know it's safe, and I know I'll be protected, and I know I'll get home in one piece. So there's a lot of win-win here that people still need to know about.
Yeah.
And we want to say too that, our peers in the transportation industry, they're doing the best that they can with, what they've brought to the table. And everybody wants to be different. We believe that there should be safety regulations. We don't think that they should be draconian, however, but we do want it to be safe. If you can fall out of a party bus doing a handstand, there's something wrong. So that happened right as we were finishing our bus and to put it on the road. And I tell you, we want to make sure that we're providing a safe thing. We want to support all of our peers in this. There's enough, people coming to town where we can all survive and thrive. And when they are heavy-handed against, one or two, there's not been a plethora of injuries on party buses. There's more injuries on pedal towers than scooters. I mean, you get injured on the sidewalk downtown Broad. There's an ambulance coming down there every night. So as far as a safety issue, I think that it's hyperbole to actually, come down on this industry and say, well, they're just so dangerous.
Throwing us all into one. That's where.
Right.
They're really not. And those bars downtown are super loud. They want to shut our music down. They want to say, oh, you can't dance on our party bus. I'm like an MTA bus. I'm a mass transit bus.
Right.
And you can stand on those. You can stand, and we have, I don't know if you can see it or not over there on the wall, or actually along the windows, but we have steel bars into structural steel, in our ceiling and walls. We're built to be, moved around on. Being in a car, it's not like being in a limousine in the back of a pickup. It is so stable and so smooth. And we actually, we travel very slow. We're not slow down traffic slow, but where you can move.
Thankfully.
Like a motorhome or a tour bus. And so I think people don't understand exactly what we've built and what we're running. And we want to put that out there. You will not find a safer ride. I don't care if it's a party of 5 or a party of 32. Mm-hmm. We do it, and we do it in style, and we want to continue to do so. We believe
I love it.
We're a facet of this now. We want to remain.
I think it's great. I think you're vital to the entertainment industry, and I'm glad you contacted me. All right. Jason, Elizabeth, Glammy's Party Bus. Get them at glammyspartybus.com, correct?
Yeah, it's Glammy's Class Act Party Liners. And because it's easy for everyone, we went glammyspartybus.com. Yeah. We can also be found on Facebook and on Instagram. And we're putting pictures and videos up all the time of the people that celebrate with us.
Great.
And we just want to invite people to investigate it a little further and understand that, we're bringing tax dollars to Tennessee. People are coming for this very reason. Yeah. And I think that it's going to impact it if we don't make it reason.
Love it. Guys, I know it's early. Thank you for doing this. I believe it's very vital to get the good word out. Thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll be in touch.
Good to see you again.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. It's interesting. There's a lot to process there, but those are the good people doing the good work and making sure people are safe. All right, we'll take a break, come back with a organization that's near and dear to me and a lady that's near and dear to me who does some incredible work in our community. That's all next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Zaxby's, you know that we've got memorabilia all over the walls, signifying different things. Castle Heights certainly has such a long history to it. We have sketching that was done by someone that was from town here. It was kind of fun when I was out in the dining room talking to guests, and they're like, our son did that. We've also got some George Jones memorabilia that his widow had the opportunity to meet her and work with her on a project. She said she wanted us to have some pieces, and we certainly treasure all of those things.
Coach Hunt, Jim Toman at Middle Tennessee State. Wanted to give you a shout out and congratulate you on an unbelievable career. Love for you to come this fall or in the spring to Middle Tennessee State and talk baseball, or maybe even chat to my team. Maybe catch a game or two. Just an unbelievable run that you've had. There's very few college baseball coaches that have done what you've done, Coach. And I want you to enjoy the retirement. I know you're still working in the athletic department, but take it easy, have fun, stay safe, and just proud of you and all your accomplishments.
Is your roof in need of repairs? Maybe it's time for a full roof replacement. If so, choose Middle Tennessee's #1 rated roofer. Tim Leeper Roofing has provided the Nashville area with outstanding residential and commercial services for nearly 2 decades. And with hundreds of 5-star reviews, Tim Leeper Roofing has satisfied thousands of homeowners. To schedule a free and honest estimate, find us online at timleeperroofing.com.
All right, welcome back. We got some moving around we got to do here. Our intern's going to effort our next guest to come on here because I think I copied and pasted. You know what? My earpiece is falling out. I copied and pasted our thing right. So intern, my bad on that. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. I am. No worries.
Her name and then and then she's waiting for us to do that. See, that's moving parts of a show that's very fluid and has a lot of things that are going on to do that. So thumbs up, intern, if you like that.
Thumbs up. Yes.
Okay. So we try to get her, and here's what we'll do. We always have a backup plan ready to go. So we're going to, with Halloween coming up, we'll try to get Tanya on here in just 1 second. We're going to do this and show you something cool for the kids for Halloween that I didn't know about. So 7 facts. I do not want your newsletter. Thank you. For parents. And there we go. We'll put this up full. Thank you. For parents and Halloween. That's going on. And about things you didn't know about Halloween. Halloween's a cultural mashup. The ancient Celtic people celebrated some word I can't pronounce, making the end of harvest season. It was a time when the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred and ghosts visited the earth. I think I have a ghost visit me every night because I have heartburn. I can't sleep well. Dressing up in costumes was once a way to hide from ghosts. The tradition originated as a way for the Celtic and other European people to hide from the spirits who returned this time of year. People were masked when they've left their homes after dark, so the ghosts would think they were fellow spirits. I've always said, if you see a ghost in your house, don't run. Attack the ghost, because they're not prepared for you to attack them. So just run at them. That's a little tip for you. So if you see a ghost in your house, run at them. And that by the time you get there, they're all disheveled and they don't know what's going on. And then boom. Jack-o'-lanterns originally carved into turnips. You might not know that today. Intern, how are we doing?
We're doing good. I just resent her to join. So hopefully we'll have Tanya on in a moment.
Okay. If not, we could move it down the line. No big deal there. So are you trick-or-treating tomorrow night, intern?
I would love to. I am against the belief that you grow out of trick-or-treating. I am a trick-or-treat fan. What about you?
Of course I'll go out. I'm going as the Flash, as you can see right now. Intern, cats have been part of the history of Halloween for centuries. Did you know this?
Say that one more time. Tanya just confirmed that she's about to hop on. Go ahead.
Okay. Cats have been part of the history of Halloween for centuries. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Doesn't surprise me, though. The black cat is always synonymous.
That's right. That's why shelters don't adopt out black cats during Halloween because of all that. So
really?
Good for them. So just let me know when she's on. There you go with the Halloween part of this, because I think keeping everybody informed is really good.
For sure.
Do you have a costume for tomorrow night, intern?
You know, I was thinking that you would ask me that, so I did a little thinking. And I don't know if you've ever seen the show Peaky Blinders. You ever seen that?
Is that the British show?
Yeah, it's like British Ireland.
Turn of the century stuff?
Yeah, like old bookmaking operation. But I want to be Tommy Shelby.
What? Why Tommy Shelby?
He's like the leader.
Okay.
He's the coolest.
Oh, that's good. Hey, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll hold Tanya off a little bit, and we got Zach Womble from Main Street Preps is going to join us. So let's take a break here. We'll come back with Zach, and we'll have Tanya coming to you after that. You're watching Mornings on Main Street. All right, welcome back into the Mornings on Main Street. Tanya, I just sent you a text. If you could read that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's bring in Zach Womble now. Main Street Preps does a great job covering high school athletics. Zach, good morning to you, buddy.
Good morning, Joe. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Listen, I cannot believe this is week 11 of high school football. This is absolutely flown by. Is that just me? Am I feeling that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're exactly right. I put in my column this week that's going to get posted on Main Street Preps any minute now that there's several gifts out there, but there's one in particular of a gentleman kind of looking like in disbelief, like what? And that's kind of my feeling this morning as I wake up with the last week of the regular season. Just it's flown by so fast, but it seems like it flies by every year so fast, but particularly this year. Yeah, I mean, Week 11, here we are. We got a lot of critical games going on in the mid-state. So excited to see what shakes out tonight.
You know I think you guys do a fantastic job. I'm a huge high school football fanatic, athletics, and I think you guys at Main Street Preps do such a great job, Zach, because you tell stories, man. You just don't report scores. You tell stories. I think that separates you from just about everybody else. You guys do fantastic work.
Well, we appreciate that. And yeah, we have a great team of reporters. What Dave Gould has done over these last several years, bringing in such great employees to his company to get the message out that, high school sports are still important. Telling these stories are still important. And, that's just what we do. That's what we like to do. And, we just appreciate the recognition from it.
What game are you hitting tonight, Zach?
So I will actually be myself and Russell Venozzi will be making the trip to Chattanooga for this weekend's soccer championships. I will not actually be at a high school football game for the first time in for a while, Joe. But that said, we have the biggest game in the county covered tonight, which is Gallatin versus Clarksville. This game is going to determine who the 3-4 seed is in Region 5-6A, the region that matches up with the Cane Ridge region. And conversely, John Overton and Smyrna will play tonight to also determine the winner and the loser, or excuse me, the winner of Gallatin Clarksville, where they will go for the 3 seed. Of course, the 4 seed will go to Cane Ridge for their first round matchup. But yeah, a lot of big games, none bigger though in the county than that one. But also too, I don't want to forget about, and it's easy to, because I don't cover White House on a weekly basis, but they've got maybe the biggest game in not just the county, but the mid-state and their rival in White House Heritage tonight. I absolutely love rivalry week, the last week of the season. I wish more high school teams would do it, like Beach and Hendersonville, or Gallatin Station Camp, or a Pope John Paul and Father Ryan, Westmoreland, Portland. I just like the rivalry games the last week of the season. I get why coaches don't want to do it, because you want to put your biggest game of the season at the front, when you're the most healthy in theory. But there is something about closing out the regular season against the school that you see so often, whether it be at Kroger, whether it be at church, or whatever. I just think there's something to be said for playing your biggest game of the season the last week of the year.
I totally agree. And Zach, I'm looking at your record for the first 10 weeks, overall picks. You're hitting at a 72% rate. That's not bad, buddy.
It's not bad, but it's not Brady, who's up there at 76. He's done a marvelous job stepping in this year. This week I knew I couldn't catch Brady, so I wanted to take a couple chances, which I've already gotten Montgomery Central Pearl Cone wrong, which most people pick Pearl Cone, obviously. But I thought, you know what? I heard a really great quote from Montgomery Central that Brady dropped on our Coach Speak pod that you can check out on MainStreetPreps.com, where Montgomery Central said it's the big 4 in this region, because he felt like coaches and fans were forgetting about the Indians and sliding them. And they showed last night that they can hang with anybody, losing only by 8 to a very talented Pearl Cone team. So while I did get that pick wrong, Montgomery Central does look like a tough out come playoff time.
Yeah, it was. They would say Pearl Cone won last night, which I wouldn't have fan them playing on Thursday night, but I understand all that goes on. Zach Womble joins us. Main Street Preps is happy. So with the games tonight, in the playoffs, there's going to be a lot of – I wrote this last night, Zach, and you understand this well. There's a lot of kids playing tonight that after tonight, their teams are making the playoffs, seniors that'll never play high school football again. And all the work, all the years, and, some have asked, was it worth it? And you cover these kids. It's absolutely worth every second they put forward, even though they're not advancing on in the playoffs. But, Zach, you see their passion and the parents and the bands, everybody on Friday night. It was worth every second, I think, for these kids to play high school football.
Oh, 100%. And that was a great call-in by you. You can check that out on Joe's spot. But and if you haven't read it, I encourage you to do so, because he is exactly right. It's the nail on the head. It's 100% worth it. It's 100% worth it going through the 2-a-days, the tough days when your friends are at the lake, like you mentioned, and you're out there sweating.
Right.
You're in the weight room, or after a tough loss, after a big win. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's 100% worth it for these guys. And if you talk to them and you just spend any kind of time around them, they will exude that, and they will tell you that it's the best time of their life. And while they may not realize it, maybe in week 3, they certainly, when they get a chance to reflect on all that they get to go through and all that they do, they certainly realize that. And, here in Sumner County, when you got a coach like Chad Watson, who's taking his seniors out and buying them suits.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you want to play for a guy like that? Or why wouldn't you want to play, organized sports to get experiences like that, to build relationships like that? there's a lot of people that will tell you that their high school coach is their second father or maybe even their first father. Right. And so it just means a whole heck of a lot to play high school sports and just to be in that team setting and to be around those guys that you battle with every day. I mean, because a lot of times you still keep those friendships 10, 20 years down the road, and it just means so much to you. And I know playing high school athletics myself, it was worth every second. And like you said, you hit the nail on the head. So if you haven't had a chance to read Joe's column, I suggest that you do that.
Oh, you're nice, Zach. Thank you for that. I just know that you understand it because you're with these kids every single day and you see what happens. Hey, I know in Sumner County, there's Gallatin, everything, Station Camp, but Hendersonville, after starting out against Oakland when they lost the opening game and Oakland had their way with them, I'm thinking, oh, well, here we go again. But what a team that Coach Beasley's put together there this year.
You know what? All Hendersonville does is win region championships ever since I've been around. 3 in a row this year. Like you said, what James Beasley has done has been remarkable. Coach Beasley is a former commando himself. He was on the staff under Bruce Hatfield, learned under him. Bruce, of course, being now at Tennessee Tech. But yeah, what Beasley has done with this team is remarkable. And, it seems like he does it every year, right? Because they play Oakland for at least the last several years, the first week of the season. And I asked him, why do you do that, Coach? Because there is an opportunity. If you get beat bad, you kind of lose morale a little bit. But it's been the exact opposite for Hendersonville. And I think you got to credit Beasley for that because it shows them where they need to get to, right? Because Oakland has kind of been the gold standard, and not just 6A, but all of Middle Tennessee football for so long now. So you kind of see where you have to go and what you have to get to. And he's done a really good job of painting a positive message. But, yeah, hey, I'm very high on Hendersonville, and I have been one to say that I think they're going to make it all the way to the semifinal round. They're going to welcome in Summit in the Class 6A playoffs and the Wade brothers in Destin and Keaton Wade, where unfortunately I think their season does come to an end to the eventual state champion Summit Spartans. But, yeah, you cannot overlook what Beasley and Hendersonville has done over these last 10 weeks, especially, after week 1 getting blown out against Oakland, quarters 2 through 4, they just weren't themselves and have been completely different football team since then. I expect them to win with East tonight against West Creek, get their starters out of there early, and kind of rest up for their first-round matchup next week, I believe, against Lincoln County.
It's going to be fun. And, Zach, again, I love the fact that you're headed to the high school soccer championships down at Chattanooga. I think that what you just said there, that encapsulates what Main Street Preps is all about. We love football, but there's a lot of parents and grandparents and coaches and kids and, everybody else that are interested in this. I love the fact you guys are going down there to cover this because, trust me, coming from the TV background, we wouldn't spend a second doing this.
Yeah, it's very important that we let everyone know that we care about all the sports, right? And it's we obviously love football and we know football is a moneymaker. But like you said, there are a lot of people out there that care about soccer, and the coaches, I know they appreciate it. I mean, I've texted several, and they just they're just excited to get the spotlight, to get the limelight, if you will. And yeah, Russell and I are going to go down there, and we're going to it's going to be nice having 2 people there, right? Because one can shoot video, one can shoot photos, one can focus on a feature angle, one can write the gamer and kind of just encapsulate everything. And so, yeah, we're really excited about going down there and, having Merrill Hyde, a Sumner County team in the state championship on Saturday certainly helps. But we've got teams in both private school matchups today, this evening at 4 and 6:30. And then we got the A and AA matchup. So 4 soccer games. It's going to be a ton of fun. And, yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
I love it. Zach, great job, man. I think the world of you. You do a great job covering everything athletics and high school. Thank you, man. We'll talk to you down the road, buddy.
Joe, I appreciate you, man. Take care.
Very good. Zach Womble, you can read him at mainstreetpreps.com. Again, they do fantastic work. Let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side with a very special man who's keeping another very special man's memory alive. You're going to enjoy this. That's next right here. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time. Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your hands, sir. You are right now?
That's what Main Street Media does great. They have an awesome array of reporters, photographers, sports writers, people that are connected locally, that really make a connection to people in the community. And I think that's very important for people now, especially with the widespread variety of ways that they can get news, is to have a source that they can trust and see every day. And I think that's definitely something that Main Street Media does phenomenally.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. We've saved the best for last. Let's bring in David Corlew, longtime manager for Charlie Daniels. Mr. Corlew, good morning to you. Thanks for doing this today. I really appreciate it.
Good morning, Joe. Thank you. I don't know about that best for last, but yeah, good morning. Thank you. It's good to see you. It's been a while.
Yes, sir. It is good to see you too as well. And I love, obviously with Charlie Daniels, and I met him a few times, and so gracious. You spent so many years with Charlie going around the world. And I love the fact, sir, that you're keeping his memory alive. Why is it important to keep his memory alive and also keep the mission of supporting veterans alive as well?
Yeah, it's, I spent 47 years with Charlie. I went to work for him 1973. And so, and then on July the 7th or July 6th, it actually all ended as far as life on Earth. But Charlie, we all know what a patriot Charlie is and how much he loved the military. And so the Journey Home Project was something that kind of morphed out of us doing benefit work for years and years for other foundations and obviously entertaining troops. And from that, obviously, there were organizations that we helped and supported and showed up for. And we just decided there were a few hiccups, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago with some of the big foundations. And we thought that if we were going to raise money in Charlie's name, that we would, if we had to be good stewards of that money, make sure it was spent in the right places. And if we raised the money, then we wanted it to go to the causes that we believed in that needed the most support.
When Charlie was still with us, was this a conversation that you and him had about, look, when the day is going to come and I'm not going to be here, but let's keep this going, let's keep this working and keep supporting the veterans? Was that something you guys talked about?
We actually did, we had these conversations, and him collectively and I had talked about creating, and it was the purpose not only to honor someone special, but a way to keep it moving, and that was with the award. And so a couple of years ago, we decided that we would create. I'm going to take credit for it, because Charlie would have never said, "Let's do an award with my name on it." Right. I went to him and I said, let's create a Patriot Award, a Journey Home Patriot Award. And my feelings were is if you're in the vet business, if you're the thought process that I hope a lot of Americans have, supporting the military and supporting first responders, who wouldn't want a Patriot Award from Charlie Daniels? Right. That's the deal. So, we ended up creating the Charlie Daniels Patriot Award, and we felt like that even if Journey Home Project couldn't maintain its operation, if something happened to him, if something happened to me, we're a small team. We call ourselves a short crew. We realized that if we had an award, then even if Journey Home went away, the Charlie Daniels Patriot Award would remain. And another foundation could pick it up, or another organization could carry on the mission. So that was the reason for the award. And I'm hoping and praying, and I believe that it will continue.
I love it. David, are there moments where something good happens or is going on where you just so want to pick that phone up and call him, or just drive down the road and see him?
Every day.
Yeah. Every day.
We talked. Not every morning, but I would say 5 out of 7 days a week we talked. I'm an early riser. He was an early riser. and we were able to get our business done. Charlie was a big picture guy, and we worked together so long. There were, when there was something to talk about, we were able to jump in, discuss it, figure out what we wanted to do, and move on. But yeah, I miss him every day. He was such a leaning post for all of us and everybody that knew him, that spent time with him. He always had a kind word to say. He always was that person you wanted to talk to if you were struggling. And we had a big organization with a lot of employees, and we spent a lot of years together. So he was kind of all things to all people that were close to him. And I think that was the cool thing about Charlie, and especially with the veterans. If you met Charlie, he always had a story. I mean, he had a lot of years of living behind him, and so he always had a story for you, or something, an arm around your shoulder. That's what Charlie was. He was an arm around your shoulder to make things better on tough days.
I just got to think how just greatly blessed your life was to spend so much time with Charlie. You said 47 years. I mean, that's an amazing time to spend with an amazing man. Yeah,
it's such a blessing, and I've said this quite a few times since he's passed, that out of all the gifts, and I'm not talking about monetary gifts, but all the accolades and the fun of spending that many years with someone like Charlie Daniels, the greatest gift he gave me was the foundation, because I never really knew what I would do if anything happened to Charlie. I didn't know, would I stay in the entertainment business? What would happen? And with the Journey Home Foundation, I think I'm home, and I think I'm going to spend the rest of my life supporting and trying to make a difference in some of these veterans' lives on their return and their rehabilitation and their reintegration back into society, back into life.
I think it's great, David. Anytime you need to come on and promote something or tell us something about what's happening at the foundation, please just hit us up and we'll have you on immediately to spread the good word. I know it's early. Thank you for your time and for keeping the memory of that great man alive. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you, brother. Take care. Keep doing the good work, and miss seeing you. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you. David Corlew, longtime manager for Charlie Daniels. And what an amazing man. And David spent that time with him and keeping his memory alive. That's simply fantastic. So thank you, David, for joining us. Intern, we got a few moments left here. Let's try to get the celebrity birthdays in as we do this. You ready?
Yes.
Look, what a show today. I mean, with Lance and then Jason, Elizabeth, and then Zach. We're going to effort Tanya for next week. I'll take full blame for that. I am fallible. Yeah, I am. That's right. I do make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. All right, intern, you ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go. Actor Richard Dreyfuss. He was in Jaws. How old is he today?
Let's say he's 68.
He's 74. Funny story. I worked at Opera Hotel many years ago. I saw him. He was in town. He was getting to a cab, and I said, "Hey, Richard, looks like you need a bigger cab." And he didn't laugh like most people didn't.
He probably didn't hear you because that's hilarious.
He heard me. Winona Ryder. How old is she?
Let's see. Man, 54.
She's 50. Come on, man.
She was great in Stranger Things.
Okay. Charlie's Angels actress Kate Jackson.
What era Charlie's Angels? Because I know the one.
You get no clues.
Oh, okay. Oh, because I got them spot on yesterday. Okay, let's see.
No, you'll never get clues.
43.
She's 73, but she will thank you for that.
So I needed the era.
The guy who does the voice of Homer Simpson, Dan Castellaneta. How old is he?
64.
64 exactly.
Are you serious?
Well done. Yep. Let's go. Rapper Paris.
Oh man, 38.
54. I have never heard of the 54-year-old rapper Paris. Is that a male or female?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
You should know this stuff.
I know.
Let's see. We get one more for you as we head out the door on this beautiful Friday. Let's see here. All these young people. I don't know any of them. All right, if we go down one more. Hold on. Let's see. Intern, you having a good day, buddy?
I am. Yeah. No, I'm feeling it.
All right, here we go. Singer Randy Jackson of the Jackson 5. How old is he?
That's not the same one as American Idol, Randy Jackson, right?
See, you're halfway done. Yeah, good job.
Oh, it is the same one? Okay.
It's not the same one. No, so you're halfway. You got it correct.
Let's see. He is 78 today.
He is 60.
Oh, wow.
Come on, man. You're better than that. You got one today, though. I'm proud of you. You're getting there. Hey,
you.
Thanks for the good work, intern. I appreciate you putting all this stuff together. The show could not exist without you, so thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thank all of our guests today. We'll be blasting all the links out here in a little bit where you can share and download for Mornings on Main Street. Again, we have a lot of people watching today. Thank you so much. We try to spread the good news and the cheer and be positive. As always, today when you go make your way through the world, open doors for people, smile, be nice. Let's make it a better place. See you back here Monday for Mornings on Main Street.